show. She's on 5 to 7, 9 to 10 p.m. on the Range Broadcasting Fallback Productions. Talks about topics of the day and loves her country, the U.S. of A. Got her Get Right rally on tax day. Got family country Trump is her thing. She don't know the songs, gives Dave a hard time. Don't worry, it's fine, he's still her Valentine. Keeps us in the loop, don't you know? Sit back and enjoy the Lucretia Hughes Show.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Real News with Lucretia Hughes. Well, we was not here yesterday, and this is show 1387. Troy Mitchell, get back to D-Live. I said I was going to tell on you. So, cause they over there. I mean, come on. You got Charles over there. You got Troy Mitchell, Christopher Fowler. Go get your brother. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So we was not here yesterday. Y'all kind of saw where we were. Like I said, when you have young Republicans, teenage Republicans, someone that's really new to the party. He was a young man. He got a mind of a 23-year-old. I'm just saying, it's amazing the words that was coming out of his mouth last night is more mature than half of the adults on Facebook. I said what I said. I mean, it is what it is. But you remember, who was in the wreck today? That Christy Mayberry. DeSantis had a fender bender in Tennessee, Chattanooga. I could have told you to slow down on that one. So on that note, Dave, go ahead and get the show started. We're going to talk about her. Hey, Julie.
Hi.
Respect yourselves. I mean, it's going to be a troll sooner or later. Respect yourself. I'm trying to be on my P's and Q's. No, I'm not. Respect yourself. Just one more time. Now, everybody, this is Julie Sayer. I love gospel music. I love anything that's worshiping God, and her genre is contemporary Christian music. I don't want to say it's gospel. It's contemporary Christian. Can we just say Christian music? I kind of like that even better. Can you let everybody know a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to give people a shout out so they're going to be like, who's that beautiful lady over there?
Yeah. Hey, guys. My name is Julie Sayer with Julie Sayer Worship, and I'm a Christian artist, and I'm from Georgia. So if anybody is from Georgia, shout out. And I just love making music that shares the hope of Christ. And I love talking with people about their stories with Christ or their story of coming to Christ. And so that's my goal, is just to share the hope of Jesus.
What do you feel about Jason Aldean?
I like Jason Aldean.
Woo!
Yeah. He's an excellent songwriter.
I don't know. Somebody keep talking about, who is this Cole Allen guy? David Cole Allen? Jeffrey Cole Allen. Who was?
Are you talking about David Allen Coe?
I was close. I was close.
No,
they said he's worse. To me, you can't get worse than Willie Nelson or any of them, because they pretty much told you it's a miracle, baby. What? So you're going to have to play us some David Allen Greer.
I've done shows with David Allen Coe.
So give us a little bit. Somebody was like, well, you need to listen to that guy.
We may have to wait for the second hour.
Why do he cuss people out? He don't like snowflakes, trolls, what? People that don't like America?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, that makes all of us outlaws and badasses. So there we go.
There's some stories I will share in the second hour.
You ain't finna share nobody's story. What happens on the tour, it stays on the tour. You didn't snitch on R. Kelly, so why are you snitching on David Allen Greer?
Allen Coe.
I was close.
Okay, so, no, this isn't snitching.
What is it?
Okay,
anything
so
that's tattletale and snitching. Snitches get stitches and wind up in ditches. But go ahead.
If you're in the business, you know this. A lot of times, like an encore will cost you the venue. If you want that person to come back on for an encore, sometimes they charge for it. You know, Chuck Berry charged to do the duck walk. So David Allen Coe charged extra.
Chuck Berry go to jail? I rest my case.
Not for doing the duck walk.
We was sleeping with an underage child in the backseat of an Oldsmobile.
That was not for doing the duck walk.
I was close.
But so David Allen Coe charged extra for doing an encore. This one particular club thought that, well, he's going to just naturally walk out and do it. We don't have to pay that fee. And before the band was done playing, David's bus was rolling.
How many women LL Cool J slept with? If you're gonna tell some nitty gritty, tell the dirt. Don't nobody.
That I saw.
Yeah. Don't you snitch on LL. Leave that alone, because the ladies love Cool J. All right, then. Welcome, everybody. Because, you know, Dave's stories get longer than a granddaddy's on his 80th birthday. You walked up how many miles in the snow?
No, I traveled around the world with bands.
Rick. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna stop giving Dave a hard time because it's hot up in here. Hey, Teresa, what's up? Sherry, hey, Terry, what's going on out there? Pat, let's go ahead. Miss Cheryl, let's give, and you can talk as I'm doing this, but I like to give people recognition because that's something that I see on a lot of pod streamers, cast show people, especially when you see it there in the chat room. They don't get no love. So what we decided to do, because we don't get any smarter until they get smarter, and I don't get smarter until they tell me how to get smarter. So if you could give a little bit time of your life to us in the show, then I'm supposed to give a time of my life to them. So Nancy Martin, hey Illinois, what's going on out there? That's it over there. Hey Kim Lamborghini, why you over there by yourself? Oh, there's 20 people that don't want to get out the woodworks. Okay, we'll stay there. All right, we're going to keep going over here. Hey, Julie, what's going on? Hey, Peggy, how you doing out there? Patsy, what's going on, girl? How you doing out there? I'm seeing it. Hey, Vaughn, nobody ever gives me a shout out. I just did. You got to give me a chance, Vaughn. I'm going from, how many tabs do you see open over there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I get through 6 chat rooms with all these damn people in their names? I'm getting to you. You better be glad you ain't on D-Live.
6?
Shut up, Dave.
Only 6?
You better be glad you over there. You're not on D-Live. You will get no love until after the first hour of the show.
Would you like to come over here and see what I got?
Here we go. Vaughn Wood.
As far as tabs.
Hey,
open.
Kimberly. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Vaughn. What's going on? Love you. I mean, seriously. Hey, Geraldine. How you doing out there? Hey, Miss Melissa. What's up, Cheryl? Hey, Karen. Hey there. David Allen Greer wasn't on. Well, he was on The Living Color. He's the black guy. Hey, Jersey Jack. What's going on? You forever going on trips. Speaking of trips, Jersey Jack is literally still on a trip right now. Tripping down the rapids. That's all I'm saying. You better not have no life jacket on. Kick her over, Kenneth. She can swim. I'm throwing that. Hey, Trish. How you doing out there? Lucretia just got the names in the wrong order. I did? Okay, then. As long as it wasn't Vaughn, he don't get no love. Hey, Patricia, it's July from Georgia. Cool. Music, and we need music. Dave, you have any of her music so people can actually hear her? I just found her on Pandora. If y'all watch, you can't hear your own music. That's sad. We gotta get out there on the road, y'all. We gotta really get her some love. You can't hear it. She's already. You don't want to hear your own music.
No, I can hear a little bit.
Oh, okay then. I'm telling you, we gotta help independent artists to actually get out there, because I don't think they have a voice anymore. I'm just gonna be honest. The music industry isn't the music industry, and even the Christian music industry is not the music industry anymore. It's like Satan has dipped his toes in that genre also. So I was asking her, because she is independent, are you doing the poor man copyright before you start sending your stuff off to the Library of Congress? Because anything that you sing, you need to have it copywritten. Copywritten. I mean, I don't even care if you change a couple of words in it.
In a lot of ways, it's worse, but in some ways, it's actually gotten better.
What, the gospel music genre?
No, all music. No, all music has not gotten better, but
You
the
heard WAP?
opportunities.
A WAP is not getting
Yeah,
better.
no.
Okay,
That's not
WAP
better.
or whatever
No,
it is.
but
I've never heard the whole
literally,
dang song.
Okay, when I was in 4 different bands back in the 90s
Fine.
and early,
Here we go.
whatever. No, we were told you have to go to New York, you have to go to L.A.
I did that.
That's it.
I didn't go to L.A. I went to New York.
Nowadays, there's
was
the
enough.
internet, and
That's why I
bands out
said
of
independent.
Nebraska can be found by people all around the world.
You don't need
which
an A&R
couldn't happen
person either.
before.
You don't need an A&R person. All this stuff right now, you could do it on your own. I just found her on Pandora. I found her over there on YouTube. She was over there on Apple. So for people that say they cannot find her music, she is on. Her name is Julie Sayer, not with an S on the end, Sayer. But anybody out there right now, if you want to step in the music game, step in it by yourself. Become an independent person, because you don't want to get trapped in a contract, and you don't want to get trapped with a lousy AR person. You don't want to get trapped in that game. So if you can actually do it yourself, I would say anybody out there that's in the music industry, just go independent. No offense, if you got to put your CDs back in a boot and just hand them out at the gas station, that might be better too. Hey,
And-
Jersey.
But so, Julie, where can people go to most support you?
Well, you can go to my Facebook page, it's Julie Sayer Worship. And it's got all my links on there, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. It's got my website on there at the top. It's got my manager's phone number. It's got everything on there. So.
And she said it is on Facebook. It is Julie Sayer, not with an S, Worship. And you can find her over there on Facebook.
And
Yeah.
just to make sure everybody knows, it's SAYER.
Yeah, SAYER.
So do you keep
Just
up with the
making sure
news?
everybody can find you.
Thank
Jersey.
You. Yeah,
I'm going to try that in
I've
a small
heard
town.
Sayers, I've heard Sawyer, I've heard.
It literally says Sayer.
I
I'm bad
know,
at
but,
names. I'm
you
bad
know,
at
it's
names.
okay.
My mother used to date a guy from an old country group called Sawyer Brown.
Sawyer, yeah. I get Sawyer a lot. It's okay. It hurt my feelings.
Vaughn, I'm gonna need for you to pull up a seat over there beside Dave. Every time he talks, just pinch him.
And I'm just trying to make sure they can find her.
No, actually, I just think that's a great idea because she is on Facebook. She is, because I looked her up. She is on Facebook. She's on
How you
Apple.
look me up?
Yes. She's on Pandora. She's also on YouTube, and she's on TikTok, or you're on Instagram.
Yes.
And Instagram. So she's on pretty
We
much
need to
the
do better about that.
major. Don't join Threads.
Okay, why not?
Because if you decide to join Threads, which is a rival for X right now,
Well,
it's not
No,
Twitter
be
anymore.
honest.
It's called X.
that's a what's her name? Zuckerberg's.
Yes, it's Zuckerberg's Twitter that he
Version
tried.
of Twitter.
Yeah, version of Twitter. But what he did not tell the 100 million people that decided to download this app, that if you ever delete it, you just wiped off Instagram. Your whole pages is going to be wiped off Instagram. And quote unquote, rumor is that if you try to, and if you have Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, and you decide to delete Threads, they automatically going to shut down your Instagram. And then they're going to come and take down your Facebook page too. But y'all go be nosy. Go. I mean, be on over there with Threads. What I heard the first couple of days, it was a major hit.
Yeah.
And now it's not. So all of those people that went over there and said, ooh, a sparkly toy. Well, you
Yeah.
suck. And you stuck. So good luck with that. Stop jumping on stuff just because it's brand new. Tell them,
Yeah.
Karma, because you will come and get them.
That's
Hey,
how
Karma.
trends go, ain't it?
Yeah, it is how trends go. But not. I always say, if you are not a billionaire, get out there, fight. Stay on the sideline. I don't trust either one of them, Zuckerberg or Elon Musk. I don't care either way it goes. But when you're trying to pick a side between Elon Musk and Zuckerberg, it's just best to stay out of it. They both megalomaniacs with a whole bunch of money, and they really don't care about nothing. And y'all can say what you want. Hey there, B-Dub, what's going on? Have you spelled her name? Julie, Julie, Sawyer, or Sayer. It's S-A-Y-E-R.
I told you people do it.
That's it.
It's okay.
Sayer. Like
S-A-Y.
Slayer, but without an L. But then that's going to mess you up. So Julie Sayer, Worship.
Like you just say something.
That we just country. I mean, come on, Kansas. You could have picked up on that accent. Hey there, B-Dub. How you doing out there? Hey, Princess Grace. What's going on, Karma? Beautiful voice. She has
I've
a
been told I
very
have an accent,
beautiful.
but I don't hear nothing.
You know who she sounds like? Can I say it, Dave? Can I say it? Jesus, guns, and babies. Candace. Candace Taylor. You sound like Candace Taylor. Literally from Middle Georgia, South Georgia. Where you from?
North Georgia.
Oh, where?
In Elberton.
Hey.
North
Hey,
Georgia.
hey, fam. How y'all doing out there in Everton? Yeah, you just sound like Candace Taylor. There's nothing bad at that. It's just you got a thick country twang.
Mine's thick. No,
Mm-hmm.
no.
I can hear it.
Oh, girl, no. I could show you some.
Oh, there's some. I've heard it.
Yeah, we've heard it.
I've heard it, and I have to
I've
catch
told
myself.
I don't have an
sometime
accent until I go up to around like Boston and New
until
York,
he get mad.
and then all of a sudden they say I'm a redneck, and I'm like, well, you guys don't know how to use the letter A.
Technically, if
So-
anybody's seen your neck lately, if you don't put a hat on when you go outside, I mean you're gonna have problems.
So,
It's red. Okay then. Hey there, Juan. What's going on out there? Good afternoon, chat. Until what? Who's that lovely looking Southern belle? I am crushing.
Oh Lord, help us.
She blushing. Stop it.
And
I'm married.
So I was gonna say, let's get this out of the way. Are you married?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, she's
Now
married.
pick up that rose and throw it back at her one more time. That's flattery. I mean, cause you could.
Thank you, I
that's
appreciate
that's
it.
flattery. She's married.
Do you
Down
have any
boys.
kids?
Yes, you didn't see the baby.
No, I haven't seen any babies. Do you have babies?
Yeah, I have one.
Oh.
I have a son. He's so cute.
How old?
Almost 1.
Oh.
He's 11 months old.
You just okay, granddad. What you got over there?
Yeah. He's so
Okay
cute.
then. Hey, Christopher, what's going on?
So
Melody.
11 months. So about
Thank you
a
so
year or
much,
two
Troy,
when he's ready for a BB
for
gun.
actually getting her Facebook page up. Troy is actually going chat to chat. He's gorgeous.
That's my
And
little
he is
guy.
putting up your link to your Facebook page also.
Oh,
Like
thank you.
Leo Sayer. Who is that? Who is Leo? Who's Leo Sayer? Is he a country, a rock band or something? That's pretty much the only thing I'm thinking of. Hey there, what's going on? I
My
need
cousin.
LL Cool J. He's married. Hey there, what's going on, B-Dub? How you doing? Well, Elon is really letting everyone know who he is. He's what? With his Odyssey obsession. What does that mean, Karma? Other than he want to leave this planet and go mess up somebody else's. What does that mean? What about the firmament? Anybody forget about that? I truly believe that's what's underneath the ocean that they can't penetrate. They've been trying to penetrate. Anybody ever see that video of the documentary of those two people in the submarine? They said they got as far down in the ocean as they could, and it looked like literally an ocean or a lake inside of the ocean, and they tried to penetrate it, but it won't. So it's the same thing as
So weird.
we did not walk on the moon in the 50s or 60s. I don't give a damn what y'all talk about. You can't tell me who snorted cocaine in the White House, but you can say one small step for man and one giant one for mankind. Did y'all have rotary phones back then? How
See,
y'all?
that involved geeks. The other one you're talking about involved cokeheads.
Okay, but tell me,
Coke.
where did you get that where the satellite dish come from for you to pick up that that radar all the way from the moon? Because they saying that you could get every planet in our galaxy between the moon and the Earth. You mean tell me you get Venus, Uranus, Saturn, and Mars, Jupiter, and all the rest of them stacked side by side from Earth all the way to the moon? I believe the science on that one. So you telling me you could get all of the other
Which
planets?
science are you
But
actually
you
talking
finna
about?
see, go over there to NASA, since you all up they crotch. NASA
At
literally
that
came
time,
out
it
and
was
said this.
It had a direct link.
They had a
It
cord
depended on
from the
direct link.
studio sound
No.
stage to the moon.
It depended on what's called a direct line of sight.
So Armstrong was a liar on his deathbed.
It depends.
It does.
Are you actually saying from his deathbed?
I said it's
Or you-
deathbed. What you didn't hear? What you didn't hear? I just said.
Oh,
Did I mix my words up? Hold on. Let's go ask D Live. Did y'all understand the words that just came out my mouth? Did anybody understand the question or the statement that I just said? They had a whole cord from the sound stage all the way up to the moon. Now they couldn't give us regular television at that time,
Oh,
but
yeah,
they
we
gave
did.
us that one,
We did
and it
have
was so
regular
cloudy. Did you
television.
see it? Did you see regular
You
television
didn't
back
see
then?
it at
Yeah,
that
the heck I
time.
did. All you gotta do
You
is
weren't
go
alive.
type it in and play it.
You weren't alive.
I said I seen it. Type it in and play it.
But you weren't alive. Neither was I.
Okay, then I rest my case. I'm going by what they have put out
But
there.
they had television.
I'm
They
waiting.
had television, and it wasn't a direct cord from NBC to your house.
Who was it? Where was it?
It wasn't a direct cord from NBC to your house.
Nobody wants to admit it.
You
I'm
had
gonna
a
believe
dish.
Armstrong. Did Armstrong go to the moon?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that dead man. So eventually he didn't want to go to bust hell wide open, and I guess so he's on his deathbed. He wanted to tell us what he did and did not do. That's sad. Why you gonna wait till your deathbed? Pretty much like the same guy with Georgia Guidestone. You're just gonna wait till your deathbed and still die with your secret. I don't understand that. If you perpetrated one of the biggest hoax in history, admit now we have the technology and the capability to actually go there.
The Godstones.
Oh no, that was
The
blew
funny
up
thing
by
is,
God.
now you're saying we
For
have
a
the
bunch
technology,
of
but we ain't
people
going
up there in Hartwell, because I remember that night. I was like, shoo. But other people don't
We could
believe
hear
about
it.
that either.
I was at my in-laws' house. We
You
could hear
heard
it.
the
Yeah,
explosion?
we heard the boom, and we were like,
Can you tell these people exactly where the Georgia Guidestones was? Because everybody think it's just, it's a very busy place. I'm
"It's
saying
in
here,
Elberton."
I said, my ex-husband family literally walk across the street. There's a driveway here to go
Yeah.
up to Georgia Guidestone. There's a driveway on the other side going up to a little small house and a little dirt road. I'm sitting here. I used to play spades at that house on a regular weekend to look
Really?
over there to see the Georgia Guidestone for people to say, it's in a busy area.
No, it's not.
What? You ain't never been. Ever. For people to say, and when I tell people that it was in the middle of nowhere and there was nothing but trail cams and cameras all over the place, who in the world cut that grass on a regular basis?
I don't know anything. I just know we heard the boom, and we was like, because we
Huh?
didn't really think it was. Thought like maybe we were hearing something. Was that the TV?
Did they ever dig up the ground around it?
I
Or
have
do
no
anybody know?
idea.
I want to know what's underneath the Georgia Guidestones. That's what I've always wanted to know. What was underneath the Georgia Guidestones? I think I've been there like 10 times. But it was always a hilly place, and it literally looked like it was sitting on the Georgia Guidestones was sitting on something. Do you think they're going to build that again?
I have no idea.
I'm surprised it hadn't been rebuilt already.
I always heard there was Indian burial grounds under there, around there. But I have no idea.
Well, wait. Think about it. It did look like a mound. It looked from the road, and you look how it's up on a hill type before you get
I
there.
think that place was supposed to be like part of the Cherokees, like, I don't want to say, I could be
It's
wrong.
like the Trail
Y'all
of
have to help
Tears?
me. No, like their center of the world or something. I could be wrong. I wish my husband was here. He
Well, I would love
Something,
your husband. I'm
something
telling
to
you.
the Cherokees.
Huh?
Something to the Cherokees. Not the Trail of Tears, but something within that they held sacred
Yeah.
within their area.
There's lots of Indian burial grounds around there, and then on up towards the mountains like Toccoa,
Yep.
Dahlonega.
It is. Can you imagine living with that lie? He did. All of them did. And as they got older and started dying off, a little bit more started coming out about the moon landing. So I don't believe the science. Okay then. Hey Deborah, what's going on? It didn't
So, Julie-
happen. We've been lied about everything. Pissed me off. My sister think I'm crazy. Nope. It's the AI lies. I don't know. I'm just going by what Armstrong in the late 1990s started coming out and started
Ultimately,
saying.
it's people who know how to do math arguing with people who don't know how to do math.
Okay.
But anyway, Julie, so what have you got coming up? Are you working on anything?
I was going to ask that because she's going to be here for an hour. Give her a little bit to talk about. Okay, because we got 2
we're about
minutes
to go into a
in.
break.
I know, 2 minutes in.
Right? No, we got 2 minutes before we go to break, and he wants to sound like you trying to cut her off. What was that? She ain't here for another
No, I'm
segment? Because we're going to get
trying
into
to
the
get
news,
her to-
and we're going to get her
No, I'm not the
opinion
one trying to cut her
on
off.
some things. Well, you're
I'm
not?
trying to bring her in.
Oh, go ahead.
So what have you got going on?
Okay. Well, real quick, I'll make it quick.
No,
How
don't
about
make
that?
it. You talk as much as you want. We just won't go on break.
So, I'm working on an EP. If y'all know what that is. Do you know
No,
what that is?
what's EP, Dave? What's the EP? Let's just ask you.
What is it? It's almost like an album is typically like 10 to 12 songs.
Oh, you finna make a full.
So like like a full album.
All
so
right,
like
then.
an EP would be like a shortened version of that, if that makes sense. So it's gonna be
Digital?
6 songs? Yeah, digital. It's gotta be, right?
How many songs is over there on Pandora? Because I literally just saw at least 5 or 6 songs.
I think either 6 or 7.
So can you use those same songs and actually put it on your EP? Or is it an LP? They don't have records
No,
anymore.
like that was my first project. So like we're moving on to our next project.
When are you going to start touring? Or any events that might be coming up?
I'm hopefully going to be in Social Circle in September. I'm going to be in Lula in September.
Now, Lula has,
Yeah, that's-
about this time, we start having festivals all
Yeah.
over the place. Have you thought about going up there to the Northeast Georgia largest festival? And that's in Gainesville?
Oh, no, that would be good. We'll have to look into that.
I will look into that one. I will look into the one over there in LJ. There's a lot of small town festivals coming up in the northeast, northwest Georgia area, and it happens usually around about August to September when we start having all of our carnivals and different things.
Yeah.
So,
and I love the mountains.
I love the mountains. I love the country. I love a small town. Okay, then. So, COVID was a test for depopulation to see who would and wouldn't comply.
I'll be in Jefferson in October.
What's going on in Jefferson?
We're doing like I'm getting with this ministry. It's called Real Identities, and they help people who are overcoming addictions. So they're gonna start like their first annual like night of worship, and so I'm gonna lead worship there, and just give my testimony, and just talk with the people, and
Isn't there something coming up in Loganville? Isn't there a fair getting ready to happen in Loganville?
I have no idea.
Not a fair, but and I think this might have had to been booked a month or two ago. But they do have a run of shows in downtown Loganville that are getting ready to happen.
Okay, yeah, that'd be fun.
Do you have any connections on how they can reach out to the people?
I don't, but something we definitely need to look into.
So if any of the people in Georgia right now is getting ready to start having y'all festivals, please look up Julie Sayer so she can actually participate, because I think it'll be a great thing for her to get her voice out there, and especially when it comes to the Christian music category. But we are going on break. Craig, yes, I'm a pureblood. We're going to talk about, because LeBron James.
Helen, Georgia. Yes.
Helen.
They said, how about Helen? I said, yeah, I love Helen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is beautiful.
So when we get back, we're going to talk. Somebody explain his name. It looked like Donnie, but it's not. It's Bronny James. And there's another singer that actually fell out recently with blood clots. If somebody asks me to talk about it, her name is Susan. Oh my God, Miss Susan. I have talked about all of this until my face is white. Can I go back black now? It's like serious. I have talked in nauseum about warning people to pay attention to what is going on out there. So for Craig to come here and say it was a test for the depopulation to see who would and would not comply, absolutely. There was a whole bunch of people that failed. But also, this is a whole new test to me. It's like the Holocaust all over again. Why? Because we know who the snitches are, who's going to be telling on people, and who's going to be pointing people out, and who's going to be dragged out of their house. That was a bona fide test. So, Miss Susan, when we get back, after the 1,255 times I'm about to talk about the scamdemic, and I'm so over it if anybody took this stuff, and now I'm supposed to feel bad because everybody dropping from blood clots. I don't know how we supposed to take this out here when we was vilified, we was virtue signaled, we called every name out of the book, and we was right from the rip because we believed in something bigger and better than the science or anybody else that think they can bust through the firmament that God has placed around this dang on earth. So on that note, we'll be right back. Go ahead, Dave.
We are here to defend democracy.
The misinformation poses a threat to our nation's health.
Climate change is an emergency.
Democratic socialism.
Codify women's right to choose.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15.
So the reason why I am with Patriot Mobile, because they believe exactly what I believe in, and that is the Constitution. That is the Second Amendment. That is the freedom of speech. That is God, family, and country. So everything that I believe in, Patriot Mobile believe in it too. And once you go over there and you sign up for Patriot Mobile, the promo code is Lucretia, and you get what, Dave? Free activation. This goes out to Miss Susan. This is unless we finna say somebody doing the perp walk from Pfizer. Please don't ask me to talk about COVID-19. No dang on more. One more time. Until somebody gonna do some perp walking for all the people that has passed away. I don't want to keep talking about something that they literally poisoned y'all with. Because you were talking, well, I got to trust the science. Yeah, keep trusting the science. How this working out for a whole bunch of people right about now. How about the people that could not go to funerals, could not go to weddings, could not do anything because it was trusting the science. So the healthy people was going to be quarantined with the sick. And since they didn't go so well, people still want me to talk about it. Why? Because children are infected right now? You shouldn't allow your child to get that shot. It's for the greater good. Nothing has ever been for the greater good. Nothing ever that the government has put out there has ever been for the greater good of anybody but themselves or the bottom line. So after all the stats, after all the numbers, and after 3 years later, you still want to talk about it. Fine, but don't ask me to shed no tears. Because when anybody was shedding tears for us, did anybody shed any tears for the elderly people that was literally targeted to be made sick? Do anybody even have any tears for the black folks after we realized and found out they literally used our DNA to trigger that virus? Can we talk about the real stuff? Because I'm tired of talking about it all over and over again, and we giving these people a pass. How many people did they kill? Can we talk about that? So now, years later, after all of us saying, yo, y'all wouldn't do that, please wait. Even peer reviews are telling you drugs don't make it to the market safely until after 5 years of study. They had this in warp speed, and you're just going to shoot it up. But you want me to say no to meth. Really? Okay, that's messed up for everybody out there that's still wanting me to talk about this. But since you want to, here's another little young man at the age of 18 years old. And I don't care if it's LeBron James' son or not. Anybody, child, right now that is falling out in the floor having a cardiac arrest. We know where it came from. We know what it is. So stop with the tears right now and stop pretending like I'm supposed to continue to feel sad and bad or mad because these same people came to our pages on a daily flipping basis and said I was going to be the one that killed the world. One more time, because I refused a mask, because I refused the jibbity jab. I was the danger to society. I ain't closed my house not one time. I ain't do no virtual signaling at not one time. I didn't do no social distancing at one time. God put us on this earth to witness and be fellowshipping with everyone. But at this time in history, when the most stuff is hitting the fan, they're going to go ahead and bury it and make sure that you close your mouth. You couldn't go to, what, Easter? They closed God's house on Easter. They started arresting pastors because they was wanting to talk about what's going on. You couldn't have 4th of July. What, you was happy because you saved 16 cents? They didn't want you to have, what, Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays, or nothing, but they going on yachts. They having big old parties, but you got all these little foot soldiers of them coming right over here to our page and attacking us on a daily basis. We live that life. I'm sick of talking about COVID-19. This be like, another one fell out. Here we go. LeBron James got to be kicking himself. Maybe he take off that pink skirt. He'll kick himself a little bit harder. Can't believe that. He was one of the major ones bullying people on social media. It says LeBron James' son, Bronny, 18, suffers cardiac arrest during a USC basketball practice. An 18-year-old young man fell out from a cardiac arrest. A heart attack. Just the people don't know what a layman's term is. And we still got to keep talking about it. LeBron James' son, Bronny, suffered a cardiac arrest Monday during basketball practice at the University of Southern California. The 18-year-old athlete was taken to the hospital where he was treated in intensive care. An 18-year-old young man. Heart problems. Heart problems. How many young folks right now having heart problems? How many soldiers having heart problems? How many got blood clots right now? There's a whole bunch of them. Athletes, military, all over the place. Heart problems. Why? Because they was test dummies. And then people gonna come virtual us, signal us like, hey, you get it too. Honey. No, we good. Yesterday, while practicing, Bronny James suffered a cardiac arrest. A medical staff was able to treat Bronny to take him to the hospital. He is now in stable condition and no longer in ICU. We ask for respect and privacy for the James family, and that's all you can give them is privacy and respect. But coming out here and y'all still trying to get on people about all of this, it's getting old. I'm getting cantankerous right now. I won't even pull another article on COVID-19. I refuse to. After warning people all this time, you know they got another shot coming. They got another booster for y'all. Ain't this booster number 7? Which arm do you want to fall off before you say enough? Because it ain't working. If you get the shot, you can't give it to no one else. Well, we found out that was a lie. Well, if you get the shot, you won't get it. Well, we found out that was a lie. If you get the booster, you will not spread it. We found out that was a lie. So you voluntarily, because it's at this time, ain't no coercion. Everybody had a free will. God gave each and every last one of us a free will. Even Satan and his minion hate us because they supposed to worship to us. They supposed to minister to us, not the other way around. But we all got free will to make up our mind of what we want to do, how we want to do it, and what we want to listen to. So the people that decided to use their own free will to sit back, relax, and take all this in and not be coerced from anyone else on planet Earth, congratulations. You literally survived one of the worst psychological warfare I have ever seen in my life. So I can just imagine all those German people that was hiding people in their homes, trying to save people's life during World War II, that was literally being snitched on by their next door neighbor. Well, we find out who's going to be our snitches right now, but we also finding out who's falling out in the floor. So this is little comment I got on my page this morning that ticked me off. Why? I'm over talking about it. Let's go. Like I said, I pulled this article only for one woman. She made it a personal thing. So I'm going to read to you exactly, because I'll never take nothing off my page. And when I say I'm going to read you, I'm going to read you. But coming here and trying to put a guilt trip on people that watch this show and myself, because we no longer wants to talk about it. We've talked about it enough. So here we go, because her whole thing is getting ready to come up here. And let's get, I'm sure some of y'all saw it. I don't know. I just hope everyone, every day, ordinary people, athletes, professional athletes, college students will start paying attention to how many healthy young people are having heart attacks. We look at it high and low every day, every flipping day. It says maybe we. Who is we? Who? Stop generalizing people when you come to people pages, okay? Maybe we should be paying attention to how many have had the thing. Just say the jibbity jab. We know what the hell you're talking about. Maybe we. Who keeps saying we on my page? Stop that. Don't do that. We should be protecting our young people. How many people heard me talk about this all day, every day, for 3 solid years? Anybody heard me talking about it? Anybody heard me or saw my pages get shut down? Me getting shadow banned. Me going to jail by trying to warn people about this. You're going to come on my page and say, maybe we should, okay then, we should be protecting our young people that trust us to guide them in the right direction. What you doing, Susan? What you doing? Stop coming to me. Because I'm not the president, I don't hold office, I don't have any power. Why should it be my responsibility when I know I've talked about it enough? I told my kids, I told my grandkids, I told everybody that was in a hearing distance from me. And did not care if I was shut down or not. Showed the Scamdemic movie. I done came out here when Frontline Doctors was in my inbox trying to get me to relay all the messages because they was getting shut down. Stella Emmanuel sending me all the paperwork, what was going on. Did anybody believe anything or any of us of what we was talking about then? Now you wanting to come back and talk to us about it. 3 years later? Okay, let me get back to this. It says, and guide them in the right direction. I'm going to need Suzanne. They desperately seeking you, okay? It says, I don't know, just a thought. I hope he's okay, but he didn't deserve this. He didn't deserve to be lied to. None of us deserve to be lied to. None of us should have been picking between what baby you want to go see born or if you're allowed to see grandma. No one should have been behind a glass at the age of 89 saying, I need you. No one should have not have seen their loved one pass away. No one should have been part of the scamdemic for the greater good, but we was. And a whole bunch of us out here, the truth seekers, the conspiracies, trying to get your attention the whole flipping time. And a matter of fact, on this show, in 2019, I started yelling at the top of my lungs in October, they're trying to kill you. No, they ain't. Look, I just pulled you an article. 11,000 scientists just signed off on culling the earth for climate change. They literally are saying there's too many elderly people on earth. There's too many young people on earth. There's too many people on earth. So 11,000 scientists signed on to Dr. Fructose corn syrup and Bill Gates. I started screaming that out. Then in December, I'm saying, yo, anybody getting sick? Y'all see this? There's a whole bunch of people getting sick. Don't nobody know where it's coming from. Well, Krisha, you know, it's flu season. All right, fine. March of that year. Krisha, I'm sick, y'all. It's something I've never had before in my life. It literally shut down my liver. Shut down my liver. So I got well enough for the fever to break for me to go to my stepfather's funeral. And 1 week later, they locked y'all down. I said y'all because I went to hit where I wanted to. I didn't wear no mask. I wasn't finna wear no mask. I'm giving hugs. I'm having rallies at my house because they literally said everybody gonna die. Everybody on earth is gonna die. And then here we go. You don't wear a mask, you're gonna kill everybody. You don't get no shot, it's your fault. If it's your fault because somebody else passed away that lives way in California. What you mean? It's my fault. So when I'm sitting here like, yo, I played a whole scamdemic movie. It was 500 of y'all tuned in on a live. The next thing I know, my page was shut down. So all these people out here, they're saying, well, why don't you talk? Why don't you talk? God gave you one command to get out there and witness in bold and in truth. And you can't even do that because you won't even take up for the children or anyone less than these. But quick to jump on board with a lie. Quick to go ahead and get out there and bash everybody else because they don't believe in the science. Quick to make sure you snitch on your next door neighbor because they're not wearing 5 masks. And now there's an after effect going around that is killing people by the droves. Not the ones that didn't get the shot. Because the ones that didn't get the shot, we are eight. We good out here. All of us are good. Now tell me why the ones that they said was going to be killing the world, if they refused to get the jibbity jab, why we fine? And the ones that did ain't doing too good right now. Or they got something in the back of their forehead that is literally warning bells to them because every story, it seemed like 2 or 3 times a day, some young person has passed away. So instead of them giving it a whole new name, they decided to call it SADS because y'all so sad for believing in them to begin with. So the same government is the same one that got really, really, really rich. They said there was 310 new billionaires during the scamdemic. How'd that work out? How'd that happen? While you're saying that the pilots can't go to work, nurses can't go to work, doctors can't go to work, you're shutting down churches, you're shutting down everything but a liquor store. You won't allow people to get together. So you want them to close their mouth and you don't want them to go back in the church of God. You still got a pastor up there in Tennessee, out there in a tent because they closed down his church because he decided to open it up during the scamdemic. I said it then, I say it now. Every time of trouble, heartache, and pain, anytime that there was a dark season around the world, the first place they would gather was at the altar. Not the altar of Baal of slaughtering kids in the woman's womb or outside of the woman's womb. They went straight to the altar of God Almighty. So the only place that these people got help or hope during all the tribulations in our history is turning back to the cross. But now the cross has turned its back to God. If I hear one more prosperity doctrine, if I don't hear damnation, hell, fire, and repentance, Do you need to walk up out that church? Because eventually he is not teaching you biblical scripture. If you want to be rich so well and so bad on this earth, that is all you're going to get. But mine is stored in heaven because I already got a mansion and a crown. I get kind of hot. Please stop telling me what to talk about on this show and what not to talk about on this show. And I am over the scamdemic. So you get out there and you talk about it. Me and Craig are good. Hey, Craig. Hey, Croatia. Now back to you. I had to say, please don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Especially when I've talked about it, warned people about it. Lost 75% of viewers. Lost 75% of our income because I didn't want to go along to get along. So what do we have to do? Start coming back out here and doing it more and more and more. And I still haven't shut up. And I'm not going to shut up because this is the path that he gave me. That's why I listen to gospel music pretty much every day, all day. Because having the spirit of discernment is literally going to put me in the spirit of fear. Because I'm sitting here like, how regular folks don't see what I see? What you mean you don't see Satan and his minions right there in front of you? It's all on Facebook. That's why I keep saying the gods of this universe, the gods of this world, because we can literally see something tragedy happen on the other side of the planet in a split of a second. We've talked about Project Blue Beam. We've talked about them doing holograms in the sky. We've already said all of this stuff over and over and over again. And then you get these jacklegs coming to our page years later saying, hey, can you talk about this? We've talked about it already. How you not know about it? So, hey there, y'all, what's going on out there? I did the same, Lucretia. I lived my life how I wanted, no mask. I wasn't doing it. Yeah, we got called every name out the book. Now that's why some of y'all coming back. They're like, girl, I ain't seen you in some years. I wonder why. I've been here every day, pretty much, unless I'm traveling, giving a speech, or doing speeches. So I'm not giving up on this opportunity to actually open up for Donald J. Trump in September and the Trump family. But I can tell you, if you think I had a 0 on my forehead already, when I get up on that stage to open up for the Trump family, you can guarantee I have a bigger 0 on my front and my back. And I'm not still going to shut up. I'm going to say this one more time. They're going to zero in on me and my family so hard. That's why I'm a troll hunter, and I'll go head to head and attack back. So I would rather be between Archangel Michael and Gabriel coming back with a sword of my own than to sit here and cower and drop my head because I know the truth. So September the 9th in Kentucky at the Freedom Fest, once I hit that stage, y'all keep me in y'all prayers. Because I'm telling you, when we get back home that Monday, the first troll that comes my way is going to wish they mama and them raised them right. Okay then. Hey Troy Mitchell, what's going on? The more names I was called, the more I knew I was doing the right thing. At first I didn't, Troy, but you was here the whole time. I was crying. I was a wimp. I was literally just, okay, I'm not gonna talk about it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go along and get along. Bump that bull. Bump that bull. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it ever again. Why compromise with Satan? That's what the government do. That's what a lot of, I'm gonna say it, Christians decides to do. It doesn't bother me. What did the Bible say? A sin is a sin is a sin. You can hate the sin but still love the sinner. But don't try to sit here and be complacent with sin or try to compromise on that sin. I'm sorry. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. I don't care if you cut off your dangling, you're still a man. You just destroyed the one thing that God truly created you as perfect. Ain't no coming back from that. But go ahead and have fun, since society has gotten you weak-minded to think that destroying the temple of God is literally going to change you and make you happier. It's going to make you more despair. It's going to give you more heartache and pain, and you're still going to be empty. But all you got to do is continue to start looking at some of these videos of these children that was literally transgendered by the push and force, transgendered by psychiatrists, doctors, and their families are now having a change of mind, and they're angry, and there's nothing they can do about it. Do anybody ever talk to these people? Do anybody ever talk to women about having abortion? or murdering a child. Do anyone ever talk to these women about the negative effects that it will have on your life for the rest of your life? No. They just really want to just sell it to the highest bidder. I figured that out. Trying to figure out what was in those blue containers behind all these Planned Parenthood buildings, as you have in Satanic Temple sitting there suing in federal court to get dead baby body parts. And I'm supposed to compromise with their followers. Hey Shane, what's going on out there? Shane was like, breathe, Cretia. What's up, Frank? You covered all the time. That's why we don't get notifications when you come on. They are still punishing me. You see it? Thank you, Frank. At least you see it. At least you see it. Thank you. Hey Teresa, almost got myself fired telling people at Sam's to read the instructions while I handed out Biden's free 95. Read the box. What the box say? Will not protect from viruses. Plainly on the box, literally says, will not protect you from viruses. But they'll hand you one when you walk into a whole shop. And then they will hand you the one from China. Boy, you better get that out my face. You better get that out my face. I know, like, I'm good. Don't give me no Chinese mask. Don't give me no Chinese paper mask. And I always said, hey, Shane, fart, put a mask on, walk through it. If you smell it, you dead. One more time. Fart, walk through it with a mask on. You smell it, all those viruses just literally attacked you at the same time. Go figure. And then all of a sudden, a cloth mask is supposed to save the world. What? Well, put 3 on. You remember when he said put 5 masks on and people literally walking around with 5 masks on? I said, you dumb. Hey, Teresa, what's going on?
I haven't seen anybody with 5 masks.
I have.
I've seen 2. I've seen 3.
I've seen 5.
I haven't seen anybody stupid enough to put 5.
I did. It was in Washington, though. It was in Washington, D.C.
Well, that explains a lot.
It was literally walking down the street in Washington, D.C. Guy had on 5 flipping masks. I just stood there. I was outside. I wasn't finna put on nothing. Matter of fact, I didn't even accept anybody's meeting with any senator or congressman if I had to put on a mask. I'm still trying to figure out how I testified in front of Congress, and I wasn't jibbity jab. And I definitely wasn't finna walk up in the House chambers with a mask on my face. That's redunculous. Talking about sign here. Sign here for what? You got to be completely boosted. Anybody want to tell these people I ain't even had the first shot? It was like, don't worry about it. We work in Congress. We'll get you in. Okay, because I'm just letting you know. I ain't taking no jibbity jab testifying in front of Congress. Shane, I didn't. So that woman up there as I'm testifying is booster free, shot free, mask free. Hoo-wee. That's what I'm just saying. Here we go. Put this on. Go ahead, Dave. You finna play the song for her.
I mean, I was queuing that up too.
Hopefully
She would be here in the second hour.
Craig.
And you have a wonderful ability to just let the cat out of the bag.
What? Craig got fired on his day off for stealing boxes. COVID was a test. It'll be okay. As long as you didn't get it, if you did get it, this is what you need to do. Find Edward. Find Edward Cullen. Find Emmett. Rosalie, maybe. Tanya them? Bella the vampire. Just get her to suck that out your system and you'll survive. I'm telling you, I heard Edward saliva will save everyone.
I encountered someone once in my many years of working in concerts of 28 years. I encountered a guy who claimed to be a vampire and also claimed to be half vampire, half human, and none of the means for killing either would kill him.
Who was exempt?
So I presented him with a broken drumstick and a 45 and asked him if, hey, let's do an experiment.
He was trying to stab a human being thinking he was a vampire. Dave, you can't stab
No, I
people.
offered to stab and shoot him. Because he claimed he was a vampire immune to everything.
That's my husband.
So I offered to, hey, let's experiment and
Craig,
let's do a scientific experiment.
Let's hurry up and get off Facebook
And
before we get in
he
trouble.
ran across the street
Craig,
to a bunch of teenagers where he was welcome,
Craig.
and he didn't want to participate in the experiment.
Craig, you're not allowed to hang around Dave Klukin. Dave Klukin will get you in trouble.
I do math. I do scientific experiments.
Oh, you dead then.
And I believe in God.
Don't even eat his food. Don't even eat Dave's food. But I'm glad we're at the bottom of the hour before we talk about something that's gonna get us in actual trouble. Nah, I'm just kidding. At this point, I'm already in trouble. I didn't think you could get in trouble at the age of 49. Well, I guess I'm still in the corner. So Nan said, you know what to do. James, pray and ask God to turn it into water.
Vampires?
I'm just gonna be like,
I offered to do a scientific experiment.
it ain't even that. It's
He
just a
said
blood clot thing
He
and
ran
the water
across
thing.
the street.
These people dying of blood clots, James.
Well, vampires don't exist.
I just feel bad for them. I feel
If
bad
you're not right
that
with Jesus,
healthy
if you're not right
people
with God,
are just passing away in blood
you
clots.
better be.
Is there any warnings to having blood clots whatsoever before it starts traveling? Is there any warnings in the system, in your system at all, to notify you or warn you that something is going on? Or do these people? You saying no?
No, be right with God.
You get no warning.
Be right with God.
You get no warning.
Be right with God. Get yourself right with God. That's all you can ask for.
This is sad.
I suffered a whole week
Right, Craig? Go ahead.
with some breathing issues, which was told it was allergies.
Mm-hmm.
I suffered for a week with a headache and being lightheaded, which is.
And
also
that blood
what I
clot
had.
traveled where?
When I got diagnosed with a blood clot, I got to Rockville Hospital, and within 27 seconds, the DVT, which was in my right calf, traveled to my heart, the widowmaker, and traveled to two of my heart veins.
You had a widowmaker. Oh wow! Wow! You are walking testimony. A widowmaker, people don't come back from. It's instant normal. Wow! You here for a reason. Craig, y'all, Peggy, I watched a video from a doctor that all y'all need is vitamin D, zinc to keep the virus away. Love you. I've been taking vitamin D. I've been taking zinc, especially at any sniffle, anything like that. I've been doing that.
And I was gonna say, stay tuned. We're gonna play more of Julie's music.
Actually, when we get right back in from a break, everybody, because it's the end of the first hour of the show, we're coming back in with her music. So if you've never heard of Julie Sayer before, and it's Julie Sayer Worship on Facebook, Apple, Pandora, and the 9, you can go and actually listen to her. We would play her music on Facebook, but we're not trying to get shut down. That's seriously copyright strikes in 50 countries. I'm gonna say this one more time. If we played gospel, her music, I keep calling it gospel, it's contemporary Christian. If we played her genre of music, we would get locked down. Why? Because I'm gonna show her when she get back. I wonder if Facebook has already tagged me in the 50 countries that is not allowed to play this type of music because they're communist countries. Don't they believe in God? No?
Communist countries do not believe in God.
Okay.
Islamic countries don't believe in God. Well, no, they don't promote our version of God.
Can you fix your lips to get it all out before
I'm chewing chips.
Okay, well don't do that. We'll be right back. Y'all get on over there to DLive or Rumble and also fallbackproductionstudios.com. Go ahead, Dave. Dude, stop eating with your mouth full.
We are here to defend democracy.
Misinformation poses a threat to our nation's health.
Climate change is an emergency.
Democratic socialism.
Codify women's right to choose.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15